Rupin Pass is a very interesting story. It almost never happened. It's like a series of happy coincidences which kind of fell in place, and Rupin Pass was explored by us. But I'll tell you the backstory, okay? So many years ago, a few years ago before Indiahikes started, my friends and I, we were exploring a trek in Himachal Pradesh which we had heard of. It was called the Barua Pass. And we had heard this few sketchy information that it is extremely beautiful, a little challenging trek but extremely beautiful, and you must do it because it's one of those great treks which not many people have done. And that attracted us, and not many people have done, let's go and do it. But we had no idea about Barua Pass. We started then, finding out who have been there and who has done this. And in our research, it took us a few months, we found, we got to know about a villager from a nearby village who has done that trek few times, taken his sheep and, like that, he has done that trek many times. And we sent him an inland letter. We got his address from some place. And we sent him an inland letter saying that, can you help us to do this trek? It took us almost 2 months for him to get back. He came down to an STD booth, gave us a call. He says, yes, you want to do a trek. I can help you. I'll take you there and all that. I said, yeah, we want to do it. We want to do it in June. Will you be able to just show us the path from this side to that side? We'll, of course, come prepared ourselves. He said, yes, I'll be there and all this kind of a thing. And get in touch with me 1 month or so before that. So we said, okay. But those were the days of inland letters. And then, as we were preparing for the Barua Pass, we were very excited and things like that. Our communication with this villager started dropping. There wouldn't any reply come. When we would tell him to call, he wouldn't call this thing. And it was just becoming a dead end. And we were thinking, in the villages, communications don't go, posts don't go. And we were getting a little worried because we were already in April. And we were thinking what to do. So amongst us, we started talking and we said, let's make a backup. Let's keep another trek as a backup if that doesn't happen. And it's not too far from this place. It is called the Rupin Ghati. It's called the Rupin Ghati. We will do the Rupin Ghati trek. So we said, okay. And in parallel, we found somebody who knew the Rupin Ghati route and we started talking with him. And somehow this person on the Rupin Ghati route was talking with us. We could communicate much easier than the person on the Barua Pass route. And as April turned to May and May turned to this thing, and now it's time for us to leave. Around the middle of May, we said, no, this is not going to happen. Let's not attempt Barua Pass because it's a high altitude trek with so much of uncertainty. We reach there and we don't find anybody, it's going to be disastrous. So we got in touch with this person at Rupin Ghati and we said, look, we are coming. Will you just show us the route? And that person said, yes, come along. And that's how we landed up in this village called Naitwar. And we met this person and we started doing the Rupin Pass trek. And that time, of course, the trek was called Rupin Ghati and all of us used to call it Rupin Ghati, and we did the trek. It became a success and we were absolutely bowled over. We were absolutely smashed with that entire experience of adventure and the surprises that was there on the trek. And when Indiahikes opened, we launched our first trek, Rupkund. And when it was the time to open a second trek, there was no doubt in our mind that it must be Rupin Ghati. But at that time, when we were documenting it, we didn't call it Rupin Ghati. We thought Rupin Ghati, people will not understand. So we called it Rupin Pass. And that's how the name stuck. And even till today, people call it Rupin Pass. But amongst us, amongst friends, we still call it Rupin Ghati. And that trek which never happened, that Barua Pass, I actually went back and did that trek. Many years later, now Indiahikes was fully formed. And I went with Indiahikes team and explored that trek. And that trek is none other than Buran Ghati. Because as you know, the Buran Ghati trek ends in Barua, and that's how the name had come. At that time, we used to call it Barua Pass, but then it was more popularly known as Buran Ghati. And when it came to christening that trek, we left it as Buran Ghati, we didn't change it. So that's why even now we call it Buran Ghati and Rupin Pass.